it's good to see you.
Hi,
Andy,
Corky.
can I ask you, just in terms of the overall development of the players and indeed the squad, how important it is that Joey Cartney gets his second chance to play 10, and can you talk about the inclusion of Michael Lowry at full-back as well, please?
Back-to-back Test matches is a great experience for anybody, really, especially somebody in a pivotal position like fly half. Joey handled the occasion very well last week. There's a lot that he's learned from the game, and he's ready to put that into action this week. Regarding Michael Lowry, we're all excited to see him get his chance. He deserves it. He's come into camp. He came into camp first and foremost in the summer as a stand-in originally, and he performed very well in training under pressure then, and since you can see that experience has whetted his appetite. You've seen it in his performances for Ulster, but more importantly, we've seen it under pressure here in camp, which sometimes is by far and away the most extreme pressure that the lads can be put under, and the likes of Mikey deserve the chance because they've shown everyone in the group that they're ready.
Italy are on a bit of a losing run at the moment, but how important is it that you have the same tempo in terms of what you're trying to do and knock them over on Sunday at Viva Stadium?
Well, I can see that Italy are trying to play a little bit of a different game, and with their selection as well, bringing two ball players into 10-12, and the way that we've seen them start the competition in poor conditions in Paris first and foremost, and then obviously in different conditions in Rome against England, they love throwing the ball around. So I suppose that they're excited about where they're going as well, and we've seen that, analysed that, but at the same time, it's about making sure that we get our ducks in a row, and we make sure that we get off to the type of start that we want to get off to, and play at the type of tempo, like you say, that we want to play, and be accurate and disciplined in our own game.
Given that it's the middle weekend of the championship, how much an advantage, or is it an advantage, the fact that you play on Sunday, your other opponents play on Saturday?
To be honest, Corky, I've not given it a thought. I know it's it probably deserves it being thought about because of different permutations, etc. But all we can worry about is ourselves. It really doesn't matter what happens the day before. We've still got to go out there and perform on Sunday.
Cheers, mate. Thanks. Have a good one.
Thank you. Cheers.
Hi, Andy. Ashling here from Off the Ball. How are you?
Very well, thanks. How's the office? Oh, is it the car? Is it?
On the road.
Oh yeah.
Dan Sheehan, he's set to make his first start for Ireland. You're using this game, I suppose, to give other lads an opportunity and to really build the team in strength as a whole.
Yes and no. Yes and no. This is a full-blown test match, and we expect ourselves to be at our best, and that's the responsibility of the group that's selected. Again, as I said, the lads who have been selected have earned the right to be selected. You look at James Lowes has come back in, and he was up to speed straight away. He fitted in, and he started to add to how we want to play the game. That was evident straight away in his first session. Mark Hansen has done that. Craig Casey has done that. Ryan Bird has done that. Michael Lowry has done that. So that's the type of pressure we tend to put them under, and we think that these guys deserve a chance. So when they deserve a chance by showing the rest of the group that they're ready, we expect a performance as well.
And I'm sure picking a team, it's never easy or straightforward. Was this one particularly hard?
They're all hard. You're always disappointing someone, but at the end of the day, you explain it in the right manner. I have to do what's right for the squad.
And just the last one for me, you mentioned James Lowe there. He obviously slotted in straight away coming back from injury. You just wanted to put him in there straight off the bat.
Well, he adds a different dimension to how we play, and again, if he came back into camp on Monday and wasn't up to speed and couldn't add to how we want to get better in training, etc., then he wouldn't be selected. But he's certainly hit the ground running at the beginning of the week. So, and that's and that's carried on for the rest of the week, and hopefully that transfers into a good performance.
Great, Andy. Thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Andy, how are things? This is Bernard here at Virgin Media.
Hi, Bernard.
Good, Andy. I know you touched on there how great it is for Joey and how important it is individually for Joey to play this weekend, but from your point of view as the one that's making the decision, why for you and why for Irish rugby is it Joey this weekend and not Johnny?
Obviously, Joey, he stepped in very late last week in the regard that Johnny got injured on the last full training day of the week, and he obviously didn't get the full week to prepare to run the side. He gets that opportunity this week on the back of, as I said, a good performance. But after analysing the performance, Joey would admit to himself that he would love the opportunity to put a few things right and add to that performance and add to his experience at this level. So it just makes sense, and the person that agrees with that is Johnny. I mean, he's the captain of the side. You know, he wants what's right for the team as well.
And just on Michael, was he kind of always in your thoughts to see a bit of game time this Six Nations, or is he starting this weekend on the basis of how he's impressed you since he's come into camp?
Well, I mean, obviously, first and foremost, everyone's in your thoughts when you pick them in the squad in the first place. But I never really have a plan, because I just watch and see and see how the squad's adapting and how the injury status is, etc. And he's shown not just the coaching staff but the rest of his peers that he's ready to play.
Great stuff. Thanks, Andy.
Thank you. Cheers.
Hi, Andy. Hope you're well. Just expanding on that Michael Lowry question there. What has impressed you about the aspects of his game? You know, what has stood out to you?
He's comfortable in his own skin. He's able to be himself under extreme pressure, and it's tough for someone, like I've always said, to come into camp, especially when you've not got a cap or you're new to the group, to understand how we play, to pick up the new calls, to learn how all the intricacies within the group, within a back line, within the back three, etc. And he's unbelievably thorough in his preparation, and therefore he's comfortable in his own skin and able to play and perform at a high level of competition at training, as we've seen time and time again for Ulster. So we believe he's ready.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, Andy. Could you just tell me, James was injured, a adductor injury. Was there anybody else who missed out in the matchday squad that had an injury, or was it all selection?
Bundy's had a few niggles that he needs to rest to get fit for the rest of the campaign. Andrew Conway is very similar. He's had a few aches and pains that he needs a bit of rest time, and the rest time will do them too good for the remaining fixtures of the campaign. James, obviously, Ian Henderson, as we know about with COVID. Obviously Ronan we know about with his shoulder, etc., and Keith Earls. But other than that, we've got a fit enough squad and an exciting team to go against Italy this weekend.
Just on the switch topic for a moment, just maybe you could give me your memories of Va'aiga Tuigamala.
Oh wow!
The sad news during the week.
Yeah. Yeah, you got me there, because he's a tremendous fella. I mean, I was very lucky to be able to spend some time with him. You know, when you meet some people and they just touch you straight away from the off. His smile, his generosity, his just being as a person was outstanding. You know, he touched everyone, and he was very giving of his knowledge. So, you know, talking about him as a person here, you know, and how he was as a family man, devoted husband and father, and whilst he was over at Wigan, the amount of people that used to come over and see him, not just family but friends, just shows what he means to people, you know. And when he left Wigan, we was all gutted, because he added so much to the group. So that's him as a person, and I suppose that's what we'll miss first and foremost, because I suppose from a rugby fan's point of view, he was awesome. I mean, I was in awe of him. I was young when I was playing with him. I was in awe of his skill. He came over to rugby league, and it was daunting for him because Inga, obviously playing rugby union on the wing, he wouldn't have been used to being thrown into the professional game, you know. And I remember him being thrown into a game playing centre against the legend of Mal Meninga, and wow, what a tussle, like, you know. He adapted unbelievably well because of his skill set, and he had unbelievable feet for such a big, dynamic, powerful beast of a man, like, you know. So I can't say enough about him. I was on the training field yesterday, and it came up on my watch. I couldn't believe it. I actually couldn't believe it. I had to have a minute to myself, you know. So prayers and thoughts are obviously with his nearest and dearest. Very sad news for everyone.
Thanks, Andy. Best of luck.
Thanks.
Okay, guys, we're just going to finish up this section with Sarah and Moreno. Okay.
Hi there, Andy. I appreciate this is a tough question after you've just answered that last one. And I was just wondering if I could get your thoughts on your Georgian referee, how you've gone about approaching finding out about him, and what you can tell us about him.
We think he's a great referee. We've had him before. He's refereed us before, and he referees the game as it should be done. He referees what he sees is illegal, and he doesn't get bored with refereeing that. And that's the game of rugby, and that's how it should be refereed. So we're pleased to have him.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay, Moreno, we'll finish up with you.
Good morning from the airport here in Milan, leaving to Dublin. Just one question. Historically, the match in Dublin for Ireland has been one of the toughest one. And looking at the way you started the match against Wales with high tempo and so on, do you think you're going to start in that way in order to finish the Italian problem as soon as possible?
Oh, look, that's everyone's intention, but whether that happens or not is a different story. Italy, I'll have something to say about that, and I've absolutely no doubt that Italy want to start fast as well. You know, being fast and accurate and physical and disciplined is a tough combination to get right at the start of an emotional occasion, and we need to make sure that we keep getting better at that.
Thank you so much, and see you on Sunday.
Thank you. Cheers.
Okay, folks, we're going to switch over now to the embargo